start the drive with a give to White. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And, right away, he lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They run with a rookie. This is Sony Michel. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
The New England Patriots remain consistent on offense with a stable of running backs. They added Sony Michel, the 31st pick of the draft in 2018, to that stable at the University of Georgia, mainly for his ability to run inside the tackles.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Brady. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run with White. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski. Complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dante Hightower. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Shotgun now for Bortles. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing now is Bortles. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Last year, the Jags had 18 rushing touchdowns, 9 by Fournette, and he's back there on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And he'll bang that one through. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. An update from Denver. The Broncos out to an early lead against the Raiders. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. The drive starts with a run by White. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Hey, 66. Go! Hey, Bolt 66.
To throw is Brady. Slant route caught by Edelman. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's 2nd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage.
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. He gets it to James White. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Eight yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Brady to throw on 2nd down. Goes underneath here to White. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, here's Brady. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gone! 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 Gone!
And now a 1st chance for the backup here to throw. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk complete. Oh, now he bowls him up, and he's going to get into the end zone. So cue up the Gronk spike. It's a Patriot touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. Gostkowski with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Keelan Cole now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing.
Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Flush to his right. Now he's going to send this one deep right. And got his man complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 41 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On 1st down, Bortles. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Bortles now on first down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
11.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Throw left side complete. It's Cole. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, they were in the red zone, and they needed a first down. Was it a surprise to you that they went to the tight end?
Not at all. I thought, though, the defense might put a little more pressure on him, but still able to complete it. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up and down the field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now White. And an alley to run. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That good for 19 and a first down.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. A give. This is Michelle. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now Hoyer. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. His tight end, Dwayne Allen, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Hoyer. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Bortles going to come up here on 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Now he'll go deep down the middle, and that's caught inside the 35. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Bortles now on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Finding room to the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They go play action here on 1st down. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Again, it's Bortles. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cole. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Fournette. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying under double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. New England on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit. Gone.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Bortles. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Fournette, a first down carry. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Looking back to Leonard Fournette's rookie campaign, over 1,000 yards rushing. And coming into the league, some people saw this kid as an ex-Adrian Peterson. What can we expect from him going forward?
I like the comparison because of the size, the strength, the speed. But I think he catches the ball better than Adrian Peterson. So I think they can up his utilization in the passing game. But what really impressed me was down the stretch in the divisional playoff game against Pittsburgh, hurt his ankle, left the game for a while, and came back and helped power his team to a big victory. Remember, he had some dings at LSU that kept him out of a few games. I thought that was a breakthrough for Leonard Fournette.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Bortles again here on second and 10. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll get this down to the 10. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dante Moncrief, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the Patriots coming out now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Hoyer. Eluding the pressure right. Gets it to Gordon. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Gone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll run it again with Fournette. They find some open field here. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 61 yards. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Now it's Patterson. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to... Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll set up to throw. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's Corn. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Green 39. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Hold up. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Gun.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Gun. All right, now, look at 56.
Back to throw now on first down. Going deep here for Adelman. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They give him a gain of 37. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots get a score closer. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Where Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage, they've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he's got Moncrief. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Devin McCourty brings him down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. To throw, it's Bortles. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Here's a give to Fournette. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. The pitch to Fournette. And some room to work. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Fournette proven to be even more dangerous this year than as a rookie as the Jags come up 1st and 10. A handoff to Fournette. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll toss it to Fournette. Fournette, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there from 17 yards out, and the Jaguars add on to their lead. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Now it's Patterson. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better.
Yeah. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll set up a throw. He's got a man, complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting up.
Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Picked by Riley Harrison. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand. Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Jaguars, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching.